and welcome to Half Crafts. My name is Charlotte and this is my channel where I talk general rubbish about my chaotic crafty life. I live on the south coast of England with my 5 neurospicy children and crafting keeps me sane. Okay, it's Wednesday the 4th of February today. Romney has gone back to school. All of my children are at school. I'm very pleased to report. And today is the first installment of Old WIP Wednesday. So this might be quite a short video today because I don't think I'm actually going to sort of do any footage of me working on the whip. I just really want to show you it because I kind of think by getting it out, showing it to you, talking about it, then I'm keeping myself accountable because work in progress Wednesday, Old WIP Wednesday is my way of trying. I haven't got a massive amount of old whips, if I'm honest. I can probably think of maybe 5 that kind of just got abandoned when I discovered the amazingness that is knitting socks. But this one in particular is one that I don't really understand why I allowed it to languish, because when it's done, it's going to be amazing. And I've got a couple of events coming up this year, which I want to have something that I've made, which looks good. I've got the Unravel Festival coming up on the 14th of February. I've also got Carry On Crafting Festival, which I go to every July, which is a camping weekend. So got a few, I want some nice things to wear that I've made. But yeah, so this one, I'm actually quite far along with it. Now, I have just got it all out and had a look and kind of reacquainted myself a little bit with it. And there's some things I'm not quite sure what I was doing. I obviously have no idea what hook size or anything I was using because I wasn't making notes and I wasn't that well organized when I started this. Actually, I think I probably started this maybe 2 years ago. So it is a Hexi cardie, but it has a difference. So I'm just going to show you. I've just spent ages as well researching what this stitch is called because I couldn't for the life of me remember what this crochet stitch is called. I have now found out. So I was just completely making this up as I went along. It's in my favorite colors, which is black, green and purple. And this is, what's it called? Highland Heathers, Stylecraft Highland Heathers, this purple. This is the Ferris Wheel Evergreen. And this is Stylecraft Special Aran. They're my 3 favourite acrylic yarns. And as you can see, they look amazing together. So this is one sleeve. Now, it looks tiny. But for some reason on this one, and I have no idea why. Oh, have I? Yeah. On this one, I've actually sewn the arm up. So clearly I was thinking to myself at the time that was wide enough for the sleeve. Because I do seem to remember at the time I didn't want my sleeves to be too baggy. I mean, I've got a hoodie on. So I suppose that's not too bad. So maybe that is why I had seamed that so that I didn't make the arms any bigger, and then maybe I was just planning to extend the arms and go around the 3 sides of the Hexi to extend the body and what have you, but who knows. But yeah, so this is what it looks like. So this stitch here, let me open the other one out. So this stitch that I've used in the middle here is called the Flower of Life. And it is amazing. I can't even remember how to do it, but from what I'm looking at here, it looks like I had finished with the Flower of Life, and I went into standard granny stitch to try and make it into a more because this obviously there was no what am I trying to say? It wasn't perfectly straight, the edges, because of this stitch. Because of the way the stitch is. So then I had to do normal granny stitches to kind of straighten it all up a little bit. And then it looks like I went into doing just double crochets. Are they double or are they Or are they half double crochets? Now, see, they look different in size. No, they don't actually. I don't know. I don't know if they're half double crochets or if they're double crochet. I don't know, but I remember as well when I was doing this thinking that I didn't want it to be too gappy. And because obviously this Flower of Life stitch in the middle is quite gappy, I think I was trying to kind of counteract that a little bit, which was why I was going into the double crochets to do a solid granny bit rather than... But yeah, so that is... I mean, it's beautiful. Look at it. I absolutely love it. But yeah, I'm surprised at myself for seaming this up. But yeah, maybe it was just to remind myself that I didn't want the sleeves to be any wider. Because if you don't want the massive wide baggy sleeves, then you kind of just stop. And then you start sort of doing the just 3 sides of the hexagon to extend the body widthways and longways. As you can see here, I'd actually put on this one, I'd actually started the purple colour at the bottom. Yeah, I think they are doubles. So I was, yeah, so that's obviously what I was doing. I'd obviously finished with the width of the arms, and now I was just going to extend the body. So the plan was for this, and as you can see, I've got two sides. So, you know, the hardest bit's done, really. It looks like from here on in, it's just going to be double crochets. But... yeah, so the plan was that I was going to do a back panel. So I was heavily into mosaic crochet at the time. And there is a designer called Cindy Bird. I want to say Cindy Birdsong. I don't know. I'll put it on the screen, what she's called. I know it's Cindy, but she has some amazing mosaic crochet patterns. And I bought quite a few of them because I love anything like Halloweeny, or, you know, and she's got loads of them. So here's the ones that I did. I don't think I've got any more. I've got a purple one that I always keep on display on my shelves over there. But I've redone that one in these colours. So let me show you the ones that I did. So I've got a skull, which is a green skull with the black background. And then I've got a witch's hat, which is the black hat on the green background. Now, I absolutely love this one. This is one of my favourites. But when I put this one up against, like, the skull, it's difficult to see because it's got tassels and stuff. But there's about an extra inch on the size of that. Probably better if you can look at the top. The witch's hat one is much bigger. But I do really... Oh, sorry, Eddie. I do really like the witch's hat one. I've got an owl, which I really like as well. And I've got this one I really like, but I don't think this is finished. This looks like it possibly needs another couple of lines at the top. This one was different because it's half green and half black background. That's a cauldron. And this one is the witch one, which I know is not finished because it is still attached to a ball of wool. And that's the flying, oh God, the flying witch one, which I love. That is just so fantastic. So yeah, the idea was that I was going to choose maybe 2 or 3 of those panels because I couldn't use them all because they're big. And I just kind of wanted one strip of them down the back. So I think the plan was I was going to choose maybe 3 of them to make a back panel with, and then join the 2 Hexi sides up with the back panels. That was my plan, which I think I'll still do because these are awesome. But it does involve finishing, because I definitely would want the flying witch. I would definitely want the flying witch because she's just amazing, isn't she? Look at her. She's just living her best life there on her broomstick. So yeah, it would just be a case of choosing And then I suppose the cauldron would look good with her. Then I do love the owl. But then I suppose the witch's hat. But then the witch's hat is big. I don't know why the witch's hat one's so big. Anyway, so these are the panels that I've got to choose from. I'll go through as well my old patterns and see whether or not there's any others that I bought from her. It's been a very long time since I've done mosaic crochet. So again, I'm going to have to remind myself how to do mosaic crochet again, which I think I will remember. It's not that tricky. And there is a lot of ends involved in mosaic crochet. I was kind of thinking if these were back panels on a cardigan, then I could join it up so you can't see the ends and then just leave the ends or cut them off, or just leave them because they'll be on the inside of the cardigan. We'll see. We'll see when I get to that point. But yeah, so I think my first thing is going to have to be, see, again, I can't remember what size hook I was using. I'd imagine it would have been a 5. I imagine I would have used a 5. But I'm going to have to try and work that out. So I think plan of action is decide which of the panels I want down the back and measure them, because I do think I'd only be able to fit 3. So I'll measure them, see which ones I want to use, maybe sew those together so that I've got the back panel there, because I'm going to need the back panel sewed together so that I can then work out how much more I've got of the Hexi to get to the back panel. Yeah, so I mean, there's a little bit of working out. I didn't use, I mean, obviously I used patterns for the mosaic crochet pieces, but for the actual panels itself, I completely made these up as I went along. I saw this Flower of Life stitch and I loved it. I thought, I really want to try that. And then I tried it and I thought, I wonder if there's a way I could make that into a Hexi cardie. So yeah, so that I was literally just winging it. And it worked out. It worked out really well. So I'm really excited to have this. It's, like I said, it's my colours. It will be beautiful when it's finished. But it's just getting my head back into that frame of mind to do it. So that is my Old WIP Wednesday. That is what I'm going to be working on. I'm going to attempt to make some progress on my, what are we going to call it? I don't know, Flower of Life Halloween Hexi. Do another crash course in how to do mosaic knitting. No, mosaic crochet. And yeah, see how far I can get with this. I have ordered another 2 balls of the Ferris wheel evergreen, because I've got 1 full ball left. I've got this little bit which is attached to the witch, and obviously I'm going to need more to do the body of the Hexi. I ordered Ange from Yarn and Yarns has a D-stash page on Instagram, and she happened to have the purple Highland Heathers. So I thought, ooh, yeah, I'll have those. So I've got, I think, 5 balls of that. And I've got loads of the Black Aran. So I've actually got all the yarn I need to finish this cardigan. So yeah, we will see. Anyway, that is my instalment for Old WIP Wednesday. Like I said, it's not a make along. It's just something that I've come up with to hold myself accountable. If you want to join in with Old WIP Wednesday, feel free. Do it. I love to hear what you're working on. Tell me what you're going to pull out, what your old WIP's going to be. And well, we can even do a hashtag, shall we? Let's do one of them hashtag things. You put hashtag Old WIP Wednesday if you feel like you're going to join in with Old WIP Wednesday. But yeah, I am excited. I'm excited to have this cardigan done. It's been a long time. I remember when I started working on it, I thought this is going to be a masterpiece. Like, I'm really excited to have this. And then, you know, ADHD ADHD brain kicked in, and I went off on some other random tangent, and haven't picked it up. So yes, let's give it a go. Let's see if we can. Let's see if we can. I mean, worst case scenario, if I can't, I mean, I will be able to relearn this, won't I? I'm sure it's like riding a bike. I'm sure as soon as I try to do mosaic crochet again, I will think, yes, I remember, and I'll be fine. But I mean, worst case scenario, if I can't get these back panels to work, I'll sew all these up, turn them into a blanket, and just make this into a standard Hexi cardi. But we'll see. Anyway, I hope you're all having an amazing week so far, and I will catch up with you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye.